Hello world, it's John Pinto, your roving realtor, bon vivant video blogger, and I am here with Eric Syren from HomeGuard Inspections, roof inspections, termite inspections, home inspections, pool inspections, and we are here to talk about supplemental reports.
Yes, we are.
Now, I will wax poetic on supplemental reports because as a realtor, when it comes to supplemental reports, whether you're a listing agent or a buyer's agent, you need to be clairvoyant when you're reading that supplemental report. You need to look at that supplemental report and be able to, without incurring more liability on yourself, which is where Eric comes in, you have to be able to look at that report and really be very helpful to your seller, very helpful to your buyer, and be clairvoyant on what the supplemental report, in other words, HomeGuard goes out, looks at the place, does a termite inspection, and says we got to go out and do a supplemental report. Right. So a good realtor will give a pretty good educated guess on what the cost of the supplemental report and findings and work will be. But of course, it is not good practice to guess. We want to have Eric and his crew come out and actually do the supplemental report. Please enlighten us on that process.
Absolutely. So the scenario you've described, and hopefully we've got a pre-listing inspection. We've come out and done all your inspections. Termite inspection has some Section 1 items that need some repairs. During the course of repairs, there may be things that we find once we open it up that we could not see on the original inspection. So now we need to come out and do that supplemental inspection. And basically it's another cost in the repairs department.
Okay, so let's talk about where those supplemental inspections and cost may come up. I will start with a stain on the ceiling. Tell us about that.
Right. So we would have called to inspect that area. We cannot just put a hole in your ceiling when we're doing the inspection. So we'll put a price to open up the ceiling, see what the source of the leak is, see if it's still leaking, see what kind of damage there is up there, and we'll write up a report to take care of all those issues.
One of my favorite supplemental reports, and that scares me the most, is subterranean termites.
Oh, yeah.
So give us a little clue on what the initial report says on the subterranean termites and what the supplemental report could disclose on the subterranean termites.
John, it sounds like you're speaking from experience here.
I lived in Negley Park, which was subdivided around 1903. I sold a lot of houses built 1888 to 1936.
Okay.
And good drainage is your friend. Water is not your friend.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've got a house that's been sitting there since 1888 or 1916 or 1906 or 1926 with bad grading and bad drainage, no gutters, no downspouts, the water not graded away from the house, right, the subterranean termites are going to say, let's go over Eric's house and have a party.
And it is a party there too, yeah.
So tell us about that supplemental report on subterranean termites.
I tell you what, so we may find one little piece of evidence for a subterranean
You're such an optimist.
But then we open things up and then we see a different story. I'll tell you, there are situations where you just can't see that subterranean termite damage. It's hidden inside the walls or in the ceilings of the home, and you're not going to find it till you open things up. Then we're going to have to do a full treatment, but guaranteed you do a full treatment on a home for subterranean termites, you treat that soil, those termites return to the soil as they have to, and they're going to take it back to that colony, and it's going to take care of them all.
So what other supplemental inspections do you normally see and conduct?
Well, like we spoke of in another one of these episodes, we may not have a structural access to the crawl space or up in the attic, and we come back and we do a supplemental inspection because we couldn't get there. This is where we see the real issues underneath the house. This is where the subterranean termites are going to be. And as John spoke about, if you have bad grading, if you have water around the house, you're getting your wood wet, you're basically turning that into filet mignon for the termites. They're all calling their brothers from across the street and saying, this is where you want to be, this is where we're going to eat for a while.
Yeah, so some concluding remarks before I ask Eric for his words of wisdom. I highly recommend that listing agents do get those supplemental reports done because I think there's a very high likelihood that the findings in the supplemental report can be very significant.
Absolutely.
And the combination of a listing agent and a seller being cavalier about ordering the supplemental reports combined with a vigilant buyer and buyer's agent who get into escrow and then want the supplemental report is definitely a threat to the real estate transaction. So the buyer is going to be much more predisposed to buying the house and closing the escrow without incident if you get the supplemental report done in advance. Do you have any closing words of wisdom to listing agents, sellers, buyers, buyer's agents?
Yeah, protect yourself, avoid any of these things coming up at the last minute, and get all the supplemental reports done before you put that house on the market.
There you go, words of wisdom from Eric Syren. All things HomeGuard inspections, roof, termite, home, and pool. This is John Pinto, your roving realtor, bon vivant video blogger, signing off. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video.